in a pivotal game for both teams with the Miami Dolphins and the Tennessee Titans. Who do you think comes out on top and why?
This is a tough one. I mean, first of all, shout out to my brother. He called it. A turnaround was bound to happen. He said he had faith in his defense. My brother Ethan obviously has had faith in his team since the start of the year. He said that they were one of the better teams in the league when the season started. It just, Tua had to get healthy. Tua had to get comfortable. The defense had to play like they did the year before. And all of these things are turning around. Tua's playing at a better caliber level. The offensive line and the run game are probably the weakest links of this team, but the defense has been phenomenal. Now, on the Tennessee side, you got A.J. Brown coming back and having probably his best game of the year and torching. Who did Tennessee even play last week? It didn't even matter. It was
The
so bad.
49ers.
Oh my God. Like, A.J. Brown was just a man on a mission, a man amongst children. And there was no stopping him. Granted, the game ended up becoming a lot closer towards the end to where I believe, Tennessee wins at the end of regulation. But overall, no, it went to overtime,
No, it didn't.
right?
No, it didn't.
Tennessee and the 49ers didn't go to overtime last week?
No.
Could have
Nope.
swore I went to OT. But anyway, Tennessee pulls off the win, which is pivotal. But again, 17 points against a suspect San Francisco defense.
20. They scored 20.
They scored 20. Uh, the Dolphins defense has been doing everything in their power to be a stingy, pass rush heavy, and dominant defense. Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, and their rookie from Miami, Jordan Phillips, have been playing great football. Tua Tagovailoa has not been turning the ball over. They've been doing everything on their power to move the ball, move the chains, take time of possession away from other teams, and that's how you win football games. I don't have faith in Tennessee's defense. I'm not saying that Tua is going to line them up for no 300 yards, but I think that Tua has a breakout game, and I'm going to take Miami by 3 points.
I think your bias is showing in this one, my guy.
It might be, it
I
really
think
might be, but there's no Derrick Henry there, man.
no, it's not because of that. It's because you want Tennessee to lose so Indianapolis can kind of get closer in that race. Trust me, I know you, bro. I know you.
Yeah, listen, something.
But listen, I gotta give Miami respect. The 7-game winning streak has been absolutely phenomenal. Granted, they did beat the Saints last week, but the Saints had like freaking like 25 guys on their COVID list. I don't even think they had half their team ready for that game to begin with. So that was a game that Miami should have won from the jump. So when I look at this game as a whole, though, I'm gonna favor the Titans in this one, but I think it's gonna be a relatively close game. And Kevin, I gotta side with you on this one as far as Miami's defense goes. Their defense has really been the focal point for this 7-game winning streak. Now, the offense has done a very good job in scoring points and limiting turnovers. But when I look at some of these results, I mean, outside of the Jets game that happened 2 weeks ago, they've only given up 3 points to the Saints, 9 points to the Giants, 10 points to the Panthers, and then 17 points against the Jets. And that's really kind of like within the last month or so. So the defense has definitely been playing very well. But I do think that Tennessee does present them a different challenge. I think if A.J. Brown had not been in this game going up against the Dolphins, I think this would be an entirely situation. I would probably side with the Dolphins in this one. But with the way that I saw A.J. Brown absolutely torch the 49ers secondary last week, I got to
He
take that into
embarrassed them,
account.
bro.
Bro, it was bad. He absolutely torched them single-handedly. And I do think that having him back on the field is going to provide a huge boost moving forward for Tennessee going into the playoffs. Now, granted, their running game is still weak compared to what it was when Derrick Henry was on the field, but I do think that they will be able to get some decent run carries here and there against this Dolphins defense. Now, do I think they're going to gash them for 150 yards rushing? No, but I do think that they could get some running plays where they can get some first downs, they can extend some drives, and be able to possibly score some touchdowns or kick in some field goals. Now, as far as the prediction goes, as far as the score goes, I do think the Titans win this one in a close one. Just with the way that both teams have been playing, I don't think it's going to be a really high scoring game. I will give the Dolphins credit. I do think that they're going to be able to hold Tennessee to a relatively low point total, but I think the Titans win this one in a close one. I think it's going to be 20-17. I think this is going to be a game that's going to be really
20
close.
what?
20-17.
Okay.
It's going to be only a 3-point win for the Titans in this one, just because I got to respect the Dolphins' defense with the way they've been playing the last month and a half. But I do think that Ryan Tannehill is going to be able to do just enough to get past this Dolphins defense and get Tennessee the win in a relatively close fashion. It's kind of indicative of Tennessee this year. They've won some games in really close fashion, and I think this is kind of another one of those examples where they get a close win, but it's going to be a huge win that's going to bump them to 11 wins on the season.